The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
Things just took a wild turn because now Prince's name is being linked to the Diddy case. Nobody saw this coming. We already heard from Jason Lee that Diddy used to host some next-level parties at Prince's house. But this new twist? It's something no one anticipated.
Health problems?
That I don't know, right? What I know is that he was really health conscious. He was a vegan. He didn't abuse alcohol. I didn't know of him abusing drugs. He worked out, so, that also really concerned me because it made me think that, wow, so you mean you do all these things to take care of yourself and you die so young?
Now just imagine what if Prince had cameras rolling the whole time. He wasn't just private, he was deliberate. Always 10 steps ahead, always in control. He never showed up to those parties, which made folks assume he wanted no part of the madness. But now whispers are growing louder. What if he had every moment recorded, stored away in secret? Some say he passed that footage to someone before his death. And now, with everything unraveling, there's real talk that these tapes might show up in court. That's huge. And the bombshells didn't stop there. Even jury selection had people shook. Names were flying. Michelle Williams, Robert Downey Jr., Mike Myers, Lauren London. Like, what is even happening?
On December 31st, 1999, my publishing contract with Warner Chappell expired, thus emancipating the name I was given before birth, Prince, from all long-term restrictive documents.
Let's get into the names we did expect to surface, starting with Cassie. She was the first to go public with a lawsuit that dropped like a grenade in her accusations. Disturbing is an understatement. Cassie claimed that multiple bad boy staff, assistants, security, insiders saw what was happening behind closed doors, but nobody had the courage to speak. And it gets darker. She said some of these same assistants were tasked with delivering apology gifts after violent outbursts. But that's not all. They were allegedly the ones arranging those infamous freakoffs, booking hotel rooms, prepping scenes with baby oil and like, what kind of job is that? The worst part? After one of those traumatic episodes, Cassie says both Diddy's head of security and his assistant saw her and broke down in tears. If that's true, those two could be called to testify real quick. Oh, and let's not forget about Harve Pierre. His name's in another lawsuit, filed by a Jane Doe. And yep, he's reportedly on the witness list too.
I had to search deep within my heart and spirit, and I wanted to make a change and move to a new plateau in my life. And one of the ways in which I did that was to change my name. It sort of divorced me from the past and all the hang-ups that go along with it, as it's been well chronicled in deep dispute with my record label.
Which is Warner Brothers, right?
Yeah. We had some issues that were basically about ownership of the music and how often I was supposed to record and things like that. I really searched deep within to find out the answer to whether fame was most important to me or my spiritual well-being, and I chose the latter.
Here's where things really take a dark turn. One Jane Doe alleges that Harve Pierre convinced her to fly from Detroit to Jersey, only for her to end up allegedly assaulted by both Harve and Diddy. That's beyond messy. That's horrifying. But it doesn't stop there. Young Miami, reportedly on Diddy's payroll, is rumored to have helped transport substances for him. Her name even came up during jury selection. This isn't just about celebrities, it's hitting everyone in Diddy's inner circle. Another surprise, Dallas Austin. Most people know him as a music producer, but he was also childhood friends with Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex. Ever since Kim's sudden passing, whispers have swirled that something wasn't right. Now that Dallas's name is in the mix, people are wondering if another piece of the puzzle is about to fall into place. And then there's Laurieann Gibson, the choreographer from Making the Band. She filed a police report in 2007, claiming Diddy picked up a chair and threatened her during filming. That's unhinged. And let's not forget Aubrey O'Day, been vocal, backing Cassie's claims and speaking on Diddy's alleged inappropriate behavior. And yep, former Danity Kane member Don Richard is also involved. She even sued Diddy, accusing him of serious abuse, not just in private, but on set during filming. According to her, he hurled degrading insults at the women on camera, breaking them mentally before they could even sing a note. And when it came to rehearsals, she says he pushed her beyond the brink. No rest, no food, no sleep, just exhaustion. And that's when she says he took advantage of her vulnerability. If that wasn't enough, Dawn dropped a major bomb. She claims she personally witnessed Diddy get physical with Cassie while high. That's a first-hand account that could blow the courtroom wide open.
The first Diddy party I went to was at Prince's house. So you want to go to Prince's house to the Diddy party where Tyrese is performing and Demi Moore and Ashton Kutcher are swinging on swings. That is what's happening on the other side of the wall. And so the one thing that makes this party different than a Jamie Foxx party or any other celebrity party that wrangles a bunch of young women or guys or whatever too, is that Diddy didn't let you bring your security in the party.
Now let's talk about the men tied to Cassie, starting with Michael B. Jordan. He's not accused of anything, but his name came up in Cassie's lawsuit due to a little flirtation they shared back in 2015. Still, prosecutors seem set on dragging in as many of Cassie's exes as possible, and one name that really stands out. Kid Cudi. Cassie confessed to having a brief fling with him in 2011 during a rough patch with Diddy, but when she and Diddy reconciled, he found old emails between her and Cudi, and he lost it. According to the lawsuit, Diddy was so enraged, he waited until Cudi was home and then blew up his car. And here's the thing. That explosion actually happened, right in Cudi's own driveway. That part of the lawsuit, 100% real. Now with the trial gaining momentum, even more names could drop. But like I said, Prince being connected, that shook everybody. And now people are asking, did Prince know something? The whispers are growing. Some even speculate that the mysterious tape he allegedly had of Diddy might have played a role in his own death. It's a chilling thought, but once you connect the dots, it makes you pause. Here's where it gets creepy. Just days before, Prince died. He posted a photo with a now deleted caption, "Just when you thought you were safe." Like what? That one sentence alone sends chills. At his final public appearance at Paisley Park, after reportedly receiving medical treatment, he told the crowd, "Wait a few days before you waste any prayers." Who says something like that unless they feel something's coming? And then, boom, Prince is gone. Found unresponsive at his Minnesota estate. The official report said it was an accidental fentanyl overdose, supposedly from counterfeit Vicodin. But let's be real, the public never fully bought that. Prince was known for his clean lifestyle, no drugs, no chaos. So how does a man like that end up dying from synthetic opioids? People keep asking, did Prince have secret health issues? Or is there more to the story?
Your life and getting you into rehab.
Yes, he did. I had a long time kind of battling those things, and after my father passed, it got really bad. And so I called up Big Bruh to help. He said, okay, when and where.
See, Prince wasn't just a performer, he was a warrior. For decades, he fought the industry giants over control of his art. He was tireless in his push for artists' rights, always speaking up about ownership and fairness. And some believe he paid the ultimate price for standing his ground. Rumors have long swirled. Did Warner Brothers play a role in what happened to him? Nothing's ever been proven, but if you talk to his fans, they're convinced. The system he fought against may have had a hand in silencing him. Prince signed with Warner Music back in 1977 at just 18. His first few albums didn't explode commercially, but the label saw his genius. By 1982, just a year after MTV hit the scene, Prince dropped a project that finally cracked the US top 10. He wasn't just releasing songs, he was crafting a whole mythology. He understood the power of image, of visual storytelling. His music videos weren't just marketing, they were weapons. Then came Purple Rain in 1984, and Prince didn't just become a star, he became a full-on movement. Fans copied his look, his sound, his swagger. He was the biggest name in pop, no debate. But behind all that success, Prince was deeply frustrated. He despised the fact that Warner Brothers owned his name and the music attached to it. Imagine being a global icon, and not even owning your own name. So what did he do? He flipped the entire industry. Prince changed his name to a symbol, that now iconic squiggle, and became known as the artist formerly known as Prince. He made it crystal clear. He was at war for his creative soul. He spoke out publicly, FEARLESSLY. And here's where things get murky. Diddy. He was cutting deals with the exact same machine Prince was trying to dismantle. In fact, Diddy struck a major joint venture with Warner Music Group. Yep, that Warner. The deal gave Warner a 50% stake in Bad Boy Records. They handled all digital and physical distribution for Bad Boy's entire catalog, past and present, and managed their global artist roster. And Diddy, he bragged about it. Publicly, he said, "A lot of boutique labels have come and gone, but we're still here." He praised the deal for giving Bad Boy the financial muscle to keep running. The game
It wasn't hard at all. It was a 2-second phone call, he's gone. I had been preparing for 2 years, so I knew that it was coming.
What does that mean?
He said it a couple of years ago.
What would he say?
What he said was, I've done everything that I've come to do. So I was crushed for about two.
And this is where things start to get real eerie. Word is, Prince may have known exactly what was going down at those Freakoff parties Diddy was throwing, and he wanted no part of it. Jason Lee once revealed that the first Wild Diddy party he attended, it was held at Prince's mansion. But one thing stood out: nobody was allowed to bring their own security. Think about that for a second. Prince gave Diddy access to his estate, but shut out any outside protection. That's not an oversight. That's deliberate control. Knowing Prince, always strategic, always private, it makes you wonder, were security cameras recording everything the whole time? This was Prince, after all, a man who stayed 10 steps ahead. What if he documented everything that happened at those parties, and either hid that footage, or handed it off to someone he trusted before he passed? Now, with whispers of his name surfacing in connection to this trial, people are starting to connect the dots and the bigger picture. It's not looking good. What if Prince knew too much? What if those tapes are real? And if so, could they have had anything to do with how he died? Here's the part that hits hard. Prince's sister Tika Nelson once said that just days before he died, he told her something chilling. He was in trouble. People used to think they weren't close, but insiders say that couldn't be further from the truth. They shared more than just DNA, they shared secrets. In 2018, Tika opened up publicly about the depth of their bond. She said they were inseparable growing up, and that their parents had even told Prince it was his job to protect her. So wherever he went, she followed. And it wasn't just emotional, it was real. When Tika struggled with substance abuse, Prince personally stepped in, got her into rehab, and made sure she had another chance. That was the kind of loyalty they had. But here's what'll break your heart, Tika said. Prince began preparing her for his death 2 full years before it happened, like he knew something was coming. That's not paranoia, that's premonition. She told the Minnesota Star-Tribune that in their final phone call, just 4 days before he passed, something was off. She tried to open up, but Prince kept changing the subject, dodging her. Questions, cracking jokes, they laughed. But beneath that humor, she could feel it. Something was wrong. She asked him, "How are you really?" But he wouldn't say. He kept it all locked inside. That silence, it said everything. Maybe that was his way of protecting the people he loved. What we do know is this: there was a lot happening behind the curtain in Prince's final days. Whether it ties back to Diddy or not, that remains a haunting mystery. And if Prince's name really does land in the center of this courtroom storm, only time will tell how deep this rabbit hole goes. But now, I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think Prince really had recordings of Diddy at those parties? And if he did, why didn't he expose them? Drop your theory in the comments. Make sure to like, subscribe, and share this with someone who's been following this insane story. And don't forget to hit that bell so you never miss another explosive update. Because trust me, this saga, it's just getting started.